In this video, we are going to see how to add new Microsoft Outlook events to Todoist as tasks. So let's say that you're using Microsoft Outlook here, and every time a new event is created, a new calendar event is created here, then you want that it should be created as a task in Todoist, which is a task management software. Now, how can that be done? Again, you will have to integrate the two applications, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect software. Here your trigger application would be Microsoft Outlook and your action application would be Todoist. Now how can you do this yourself? Integrate and automate this entire process. To understand that, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, here we have reached the landing page of this software. On the right hand side, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, simply click on sign in. If you are a new user, click on this tab sign up. It won't take more than 2 minutes. And also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. So now I'm going to click on sign in. And as we do that, here we have reached the all applications page. Let's click on access now for Pabbly Connect, as we are doing this integration using Pabbly Connect software. Now here we have reached the dashboard of this application. On the right hand side, we can see a tab create workflow. Let's click on this and a dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. Now here my objective is that every time a new event is added in Microsoft Outlook, then automatically a task should be created with the same details in Todoist. So now I'm going to click on create here. And as I do that, here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One is trigger, another one here is action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens. Action says do this. Basically, action here is the response of your trigger application. Now, in this integration, what would be my trigger application? It would be Microsoft 365. So, here it is. So once this has been selected, now comes the trigger event. So this is the event that will make my workflow run. So what do I want? A new calendar event. So this workflow is going to trigger when a new calendar event is created. I'm going to click on connect. And as I do that, here we can see that Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with Microsoft Office 365 account. I'm going to click on add new connection and then connect with Microsoft Office 365. I've already logged in to this account. So here it is asking me to provide access. This is absolutely secure. I'm going to click on yes. And as I do that, here you can see that the authorization has been successful, which basically means that Microsoft Outlook is now connected with Pabbly Connect. And now here it is asking me to select the calendar. Now to understand that, first I'm going to take you to my Microsoft Outlook account. So this here is my Microsoft Outlook account where I have got multiple calendars. So here you can see there is a plain calendar, then United States holidays, and then we have got birthdays. Right, you can add a calendar if you wish. Taking you back to Pabbly Connect, here I want to add a new calendar event in this particular calendar. Okay, so you have got all the options. I have selected calendar. Now I'm going to take you back to Microsoft Outlook, and here let's say on 26th of January I would want to create an event. I'm going to click on this, and here I'm going to write Republic Day celebration. Okay, and now what is the day? It is 26th. What is the time? So here I'm going to write, let's say it is at 8 o'clock in the morning and it's an hour event. It ends at 9 o'clock. Now what is the description? So I'm going to write celebration with the students and teachers of XYZ school. Okay. So once I have given this description, I'm going to click on save. And as soon as I do that, here you can see that an event has been created. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect and I'm going to click on save and send test request. As soon as we do that, we are going to receive the API response. Here it is, and we have received the event that we have just created, Republic Day celebration. This is the start date time. Then as I take you down, here we have got the modified date time. And then again, as I take you down, this here is the end date time. Now here is the description. So once we have received this, what is my objective? With these details, I should be able to create a task in Todoist. So my action application this time is Todoist. Let's click on this. As I do that, now the action event. So the action event here would be to create a task. Let's click on connect. As I do that, here again Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Todoist account. I'm going to click on add new connection, and here to set up this connection we need a token. For this, first you have to log into your Todoist account. I have already done that, and then you have to click on this hyperlink. As I do that, here you can see that we have been directed to another page. We have to go to developer, and here is your API key. I'm going to copy this to clipboard, go back to Pabbly Connect, paste this over here, and now click on save to set up this connection. And here we can see that Pabbly Connect and Todoist are now connected. Now we have to map this information. How do we do that? So content is basically the name of my task. So as I click on this, you can see the previous step. And as I click on this here is the content. So I'm going to click on this. This is known as mapping. Mapping basically means that we already have this information in the previous step and we are just going to retrieve it. And why is mapping important? So that every time the workflow runs, it doesn't get stuck with the existing data, the manually written data. And every time it runs, it should take the new data into consideration. Otherwise, what will happen if I write this manually? It is going to get stuck with the manual written data. Now the next thing is description, so we are going to map this as well. Let's go down, and here is the description. Then we have got the project ID. So here, what is project ID? In my Todoist account, I have created multiple projects. Let me show you. So this is my Todoist account, and these are the multiple projects. You can create a new project by clicking on this add project tab. So I have created multiple projects, and let's say that I want this particular task to be inculcated in this project, Todoist integration. So I'm going to select this. Now, if you have the ID of the section to put task into, you can mention that. Here will be the parent ID. So I'm just going to leave this blank. Now here we have got three representations of due date. This, and this. So here it is written that please note that only one of the due fields can be used at the same time. So you don't have to fill the three due dates, you just have to fill one. I'm going to take this one into consideration, and also here it is written that the due date has to be in this format: year, month and date. So now I have to change the format of my date. Why? Because I have received it in a different format. So to do this, I'm going to add an action step over here, and this time I'm going to choose a feature by Pabbly, which is date time formatter. Now the action event here would be to format date only. Let's click on connect. As I do that, here first of all we have to map the date. So this is the start date time, and then the from format. So the from format is exactly the same. Now comes the to format. So the to format would be year, month and date. Here it is. Let's click on save and send test request. And here you can see that we have received the desired format. And once this is done, I'm going to go ahead, click on connected to set up the connection once again. I'm just going to refresh this by clicking on save, and I've selected existing connection. Now I'm going to take you down for the due date. Go to step 2, and here is the date. Now once this is done, here comes the assignee ID. So now you can see that I have got 2 assignee IDs. You can create more. I'm going to select admin@pabbly.com. What is the priority of this task? Let's say it is important. Now I'm going to click on save and send test request. As I do that, here we have received the API response according to which a task should be created in Todoist. So this is the content, then we have the description. Again, as I take you down, this is the due date. And now I'm going to take you to my Todoist. And let's go to Todoist integration, and yes, here we can see that a task has been created. Republic Day celebration, this is the description, this is the due date and the priority, and this is the project it is associated with. So this basically means that our integration process is a complete success, but we also need to check this in real time. For this, I'm going to take you back to my Outlook, Microsoft Outlook, and I'm going to create another event. So let's say this time the event is seminar PSP. Okay, now what is the date? Let's say it is 30th of January. It starts at 9:30 p.m. and ends at 10:30 p.m. Okay, it is for an hour. Description, so I'm going to write details on PSP and its features. Let's click on save. As soon as this event has been created, what should happen? Automatically, a task should be created in Todoist. But here we can see it is written that this trigger will check for new data in every 10 minutes, which basically means that our trigger application has a polling time of 10 minutes. So this workflow is going to run in every 10 minutes to fetch for new data. Basically, we are supposed to wait for 10 minutes and then we would see a task created in Todoist. So if you do not get the result instantly, do not worry, have some patience and you would be able to get it in a few minutes. So let's wait for it now. So it's been 10 minutes and now I'm going to take you to my Todoist account and we are going to go back to Todoist integration, and yes, you can see that another task has been created. So this basically means that we are through with our integration. Taking you back to Pabbly Connect, let's understand what we have done. So here our trigger application is Microsoft Office 365, where the event is new calendar event, and then our action application was Todoist, where the event was to create a task. To format our date, we had chosen a feature by Pabbly, which is date time formatter, and here the event was to format date only. I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start the process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to us. Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.